It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Good morning, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I'll tell you what, I don't know where you're at today, but we have springtime weather here in Utah and it is fantastic. Now, it's only going to last this week because next week it's supposed to snow again, but we're going to take it while we got it. It's supposed to be like mid-60s today here. It's beautiful. All the trees and flowers and everything don't know what to do because they're not sure if they should come out and pretend like it's spring or if they're just going to get frozen again. It's the dance we dance every single spring here in Utah, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Looks like we got a good group on with us today. As always, chime in. Let us know where you're at or what you're doing or what the weather's like or what you got going on because we love to see you out there, and it's the only way we know you're there, and which allows us to stick your name into the bucket of fun so we can get you in for a drawing because we love doing that, right? And what are we giving away today? Are we giving away this? No, we're not. This is mine. This is what the show is sponsored by, Cinemate. Why? Because it's delicious and great for you, and because I start my day with it every day. We've got some, oh man, this is gonna be one of your favorites right here. I'm just gonna leave that there. You can kind of see something poking out the top of it, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Next up, let's see, sometimes we do mystery things, sometimes we do what came in the box. That's an interesting one there you're gonna love. And last but not least, let's see what we got here. Oh man, you guys are lucky today. I don't know what you guys, maybe it's the whole St. Patrick's Day thing that was yesterday or what, but you guys are feeling lucky because we got 3 great things we're going to give away, 2 of which are going to those who are on live with us. 1 goes to the mini bucket of fun for those that participated in our SN sweeps this week. So we'll get you covered. We'll get you taken care of. We'd love to have you taken care of, right? Good to have you guys on. Kim says it's sunny right now in SoCal, but should rain later today. I believe that. It happens to the best of us. As always, we love to give some recognition to those of you who are bringing people into the Soul family and just making us that much larger and that much more fun. And we do that in this section of the show we call Rock and Roll. So let's start off with some rock and roll people right now. And here we go. Looks like we're showing both those screens there, Tyler. To our rock and roll screen right now. Boom. Nope, you're seeing 2 again. I'll read them to you as we go. We got Mai Flores, we got Matilda Mena, Laura Patricia Magana Garcia, we got Maria Guadalupe Carreno, Holistic Health, Raquel and David Hernandez, Jesus J. Ruiz, Melissa Chavez, Johnny Guerrero, and coming in at number 1 for the week, Jenny Gonzalez. And it looks like Jenny's on with us today. So congratulations to all of you. It's great to have you on with us. We'd love to have you. By way of just kind of information for you, the average enrollment order for this past week was $253.92, which is fun. That's awesome. It's good to see, as we talk about every single week. The more they're on, the better the results they get, right? There's so many things that could be happening in their lives. We are out there to share solutions to people's problems. So as we get to talk with them and understand what they have going on in their lives, we have solutions that can help them. And you guys have the tools to do that. And so not knowing fully what's going on in everybody's lives, this gives us a great opportunity just to make sure we got them covered. And man, there's some great packages that do that. The trial box, man, it's a great start to all of that. It has the 4 main category drinks plus a Soul Royal. People are having almost instant results with them, and they put them in a great spot so they're able to move forward and get themselves in a position where they're able to take control of their health a little bit. And that's what everybody's looking to do, right? Be a little more proactive in their health, make sure they're in a good spot where they're getting results and putting themselves in a position where they just feel good about themselves. And that is exactly what we're doing, right? As Seashell Pony says, we have so much great stuff to share. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Speaking of that, and when we do share, what do we get? We get some great testimonials. And we've got a great one we want to share with you today. It says, I used to suffer with RA, leaky gut, pancreas, and liver issues and more. I also suffered with emotional trauma issues, all of which are mostly past tense. In my personal opinion, Soul has helped to give me a life, a full life, one with next to 0 symptoms of any of the physical issues, and strength and hope during emotionally and mentally challenging times. I thank God for the founders of this organization and for my naturopathic doctor. Thank you doesn't even begin to cover it. And we love testimonies like that. As you can tell, she dealt with a lot going on. And the whole thing that Soul loves to do is help with that whole mind-body connection. And that testimony embodies both. She has a lot of things going on with her body, but she also has some past emotional issues as well. And Soul just put her in a position to be able to be healthy, take control of her life again, and be able to move forward and just do the things that she wants to do. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Great results, great experiences. People feel good about themselves, right? And that's what we're looking for. So continue to help people. Continue to reach out. We love these testimonials. Just get them, send them in, and we'd love to share them with you. Sound good? Are we going to be able to show the SN sweeps? Okay, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, so we're going to just keep plowing right along because that's what we do around here. There's nothing that can keep us from moving forward. Now, I want you to think about situations that you've been in before. It seems like there's a lot of different situations we find ourselves in, and there's kind of two ways we can look at any of them, right? We have the opportunity to look at them from the perspective of pessimism or optimism. And it's interesting because it seems like some of the more pessimistic people in our lives, what they like to excuse it with is, well, I'm just sharing the truth. I'm just telling the truth, right? And it's such an interesting thing. As I was preparing this, there was a email that came across my desk that talked about how to energize teams. And it talks about one key word that I think is really important for what we do in our lives, and it's courage. Courage. And it talks about the way that we can live with fear and the way we look at it in a way to be able to make us be able to put ourselves in a good position to move forward in life. And it's interesting because I started listing some things that are difficult that we have to put ourselves through, and most of us have gone through in our lives. Things like a new job, playing sports, raising kids, our marriage, soul, doing all these different things. And absolutely there's an element of kind of fear, trepidation, some hard things with it. Imagine now though, as you're getting ready to get married, that the priest or the officiator of your wedding looks at you and says, weddings are hard, marriages are hard, and there's over a 50% chance this thing doesn't even last. But you ready to do this? Would you look at him and be like, what are you talking about? Why are you so negative, right? Or you have kids. Hey, there's a good chance they make your life miserable for a good portion of it. There's a chance that most of them don't turn out how you want to, and it's just going to be really hard. Most of them won't even become an asset to society. You'd be like, ugh, do I really want to do that, all right? Versus looking at it from the optimistic point of view of, hey, listen, this is going to be hard, but if you guys want to do this together, you absolutely can make this work. It's completely up to you. Hey, you know what? Having kids is going to be really difficult and it's going to be hard, but you know what? You can do it. And then the world's going to become a better place because of it, right? There's so many different ways we can look at things. As you look at the things we do, especially talking with our teams, we got to be careful the way we talk about it, right? Not in such broad terms as like, hey, guys, we're probably going to fail, right? But in terms of like, hey, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. That's a difficult way to energize our teams. Instead, if you take it from a positive standpoint, switch it just a little bit and give yourself some courage on the other side of fear. I recognize there's fear in everything we do, right? There's hard things in everything. There's opposition in all of it. In order to have courage, there has to be something we're afraid of, right? In order to have easy times, there has to be hard times. In order for there to be joy, there has to be sadness, all those things. And so as we look at that and we say, you know what? This month is going to be pretty tricky. There's a lot going on. But listen, I believe we can do it, and we're going to put ourselves in a position to do it. That energizes teams and puts us in a great spot. If you're not into sports, I understand it, and it's not going to, this analogy might not work for you, but to me, starting this week is the greatest sporting event that happens each year. We call it March Madness. You've probably seen it, and a lot of you probably even participate in it, even if you don't even follow basketball that much. There's enough of different ways to do pick'ems and all these different things. You pick the teams that are going to win by the color of their uniforms, or whether or not their mascot is scarier than the other team's mascot, or whatever it might be. And it's fun because every year they're ranked by what their records were. And so you have a number 1 team going up a number 16 team, and then you have a number 2 versus 15 and all these things. And every year there's upsets. There's teams that go in there that have no business winning, but they do anyway. And you hear some of them talk afterwards and they say, you know what, we just believed in ourselves. We thought we could do it, and look, we did it. Now that doesn't mean we're going to win 100% of the time, but can you imagine the difference in that coach going into that locker room and being like, hey guys, they're bigger than you, they're stronger than you, and we're probably not going to win. Who wants to go into that game, right? And it's the same way with what we do here in the Soul. Listen, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of people that have a lot of choices to do things, but we've seen the results. We know where we put ourselves in a spot in order to be successful, and so we're going to be successful. And as long as we keep trying and doing the little things that count each day, you're going to find the success you're looking for, right? And that's what we love to see. It says, if you don't believe you can win, quit so you can fight another day. It's such a terrible way to look at things, right? But if you believe you can win, don't say, I'm worried we're going to lose. Believe they will rise. Courage energizes teams. Fear seeks to protect itself, wants to make sure that it doesn't make itself look bad. Love and courage seeks to advantage the others on your team. Energize teams by seeking their best interests. Some of you may not be a Cowboy fan. When I was growing up, my granddad, he was from Texas, and so he liked to be called Granddad instead of Grandpa. He was a huge John Wayne fan, and some of my earliest memories are going to the farm. He was a potato farmer, potatoes and sugar beets and barley in Idaho. And when we'd go visit him, after the day was over, he'd love to sit down and watch a Western. Those were his favorite. So we'd always sit down and watch a good John Wayne, and it made me it instilled a love for good Westerns in me. And one of John Wayne's more famous quotes that I've always loved and looked at says this: courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. And it's not the inability that keeps you from achieving the things that you want to do, but just not trying. All of you have the abilities to accomplish amazing things. You have the tools that you need to do it. The question is, do we have the courage then to reach out and actually do it? Now, we're in a spot where the systems that we've created are in such a way that it alleviates a little bit of that fear, really. Talking to somebody about a trial pack that's $34.95, it's a pretty easy conversation to have versus having to try to sell somebody something huge, right? And the results speak for themselves. People are getting great results and putting themselves in a position to move forward. And so we're making it as easy as possible for you to share the tools with people and take away a little bit of that fear. And that's what I love to see, because the results are speaking for themselves as we continue to move forward. So my challenge for you is this: you're going to decide what internal feeling is going to drive you, whether courage or fear. Courage is going to last. Courage is going to work as long as you keep turning to it and focusing on it. Fear is always fleeting. You get scared for a moment, and then you realize that scary monster under your bed is actually just a leftover shoe. That scary thing in the corner is just a shadow. And then once you realize that, you're good to go. And once we get some of those no's and negative reactions out of the way, gosh dang it, you're going to see some great things come from it, right? That's what we're looking for. Lydia says, believe and confirm with your words and then actions. Absolutely, right? Everyone's dealing with something with positive attitude. It's all a little bit easier and you usually have a better outcome, right? And Tiffany says, when you are serving, you are not selling. Absolutely. And we're just looking for opportunities to solve people's problems, right? Oh, good stuff. Can I share the screen now, Tyler? All right, I want to show you guys something real quick to give you guys kind of a new tool to use and put yourself in a position. Here we go. This looks very familiar to you. It says My Soul Business Dashboard. You guys have all seen this. You know what it's all about. There's a handsome young guy over there, and Soul Example Specialist, a picture of him. I don't even recognize that guy anymore. He still looks like he's still drinking Cinemate though, which is a positive thing. Now this is an example account that we use to kind of show people what we've got going on here. And there's a key thing that I want to show you. Right here under quick links, it says My Organization, and it has a little new button by it. This is new as of this morning. If you click on that, it's going to show you the breakdown. We used to have one of these on the old back office where people would go and look at it, and I know everybody loved it and people were still using it for that reason. But we've moved it to this and it looks so much better. As you look through this, anybody with a yellow dot next to their name is somebody that you have personally mentored. Okay, so it's easy to see who you've personally mentored. Then you can go ahead and click on anybody and it will drill down to see who's underneath them. These are all just test accounts. And then also when you click on somebody, Jack Be Nimble here, it'll show their picture, shows their account ID, when they enrolled, their referral code, when they last ordered, and kind of give you an idea of everything going on there, right? So it's a beautiful thing to do. You can also choose which month you want to look at. You can go backwards or forwards and kind of get to the current month or all the way back to whenever you want to see. One key thing here, if you click on June 2023, for instance, this will show you the volume that took place in June 2023. Now, because we have an opportunity to move people around, if you move people around, it will reflect where they're at currently in your organization. It doesn't take a screenshot and leave them there. We're working on that piece of it. But for you, it will at least give you an opportunity to just look at it and say, okay, where are we at, right? As you can see here too, we have some last ordered information there. Instead of having a date there, it's really easy to look at. Last ordered a month ago, last ordered 8 years ago, last ordered 9 years ago. And then you can go ahead and you can also sort things by rank, enrollment date, account ID, name, QV, all those good things. This search button here will search for whatever is currently open on the screen. It doesn't dive into anything that's hidden behind one of these clicks. So if you want to be able to search quickly and easily, you'll have to kind of open everything up in order to find it. We're working on a solution that it's tricky to do without making the system super, super slow. And so we're kind of going through that. But just know this is a new thing you guys can use. Super easy, super beautiful. Our IT team did a great job in making this just so much slicker and easier for you to use. So again, this is found on my dashboard. And then right there, my organization, it says new next to it, so it's easy to find, and boom, right there. Sound good? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is it for today. Let's make sure we get you guys taken care of and get you out of here with some great swag items. First off, we are going to make sure that we take care of our SN Sweeps individuals. And we have a good little group today. It seems like it dwindled just a little bit, but you know what? If we're going to get the word of soul out there, we just need to be consistent posting and let people know all about it. So we're going to start with this one right here. We'll start with the right one. Kind of a cool deal there. And we'll see who is feeling lucky today. Colleen's already, she's calling it out. She wants to win. And let's see if she can. Here we go. The winner is Nicole O'Kelly. Nicole O'Kelly, man, you're one of our consistent posters, and you keep winning. If you guys want to win, post, tag SN Sweeps in it, and we'll make sure you are taken care of. As for these other two, you are all in it. Let's see if we can win. Here we go. The first one is Krista Shepard up in Canada. You've got yourself one too. And last but not least, here we go. Angela Tinkapaw down in Texas. You've got yourself a winner. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Go check out that new report. As I mentioned, play around with it. Let me know if there's anything that you're seeing that you'd like to see more of, or anything that you think we can improve upon. It's always good to hear back from you guys. As always, keep sharing soul. We sure love you, and we'll see you again soon.